to ChiroSecure's Empowering Women in Chiropractic, the Facebook Live show for successful women by successful women, proving once again women make it happen. Join us each week as we bring you the best in business growth, practice management, social media marketing, networking, leadership, and lots more. If it's about women in practice and business, you'll hear it here. Now join today's host, Dr. Julie McLaughlin, as she talks learning, living, and teaching. And now, here's Dr. Julie.
Hello, everybody. Dr. Julie McLaughlin here, and I'm super excited to be here with you with ChiroSecure. They are sponsoring the Empowering Women show, and I am very, very grateful for them. And it's so great to be able to connect with all of you virtually. And we're going to be talking today about the next normal. So I have a few slides I'm going to show you, and let's go ahead and get started. So let's all do some little hearts or thumbs up for ChiroSecure because they really are awesome. They've had so many awesome programs that are really helping us go through this crazy time we are in. So, I mean, how about it? Like, don't touch your face, right? We've been mandated. So I am here near Chicago. We have been mandated. We have to wear scrubs now. I've never worn scrubs in 33 years. We have to have our hair up, no jewelry on. Oh yeah, we can't forget the masks, right? We all are wearing masks. It is a law. You go inside, you go outside, you have to have a mask on. So this is not anything that any of us have ever seen. So it's not the new normal. This COVID quarantine is not the new normal. I just found out today that Cook County, the Chicagoland area, is now overtaking Queens in the number of cases of COVID, which is just staggering when we see it. We, of course, don't want people suffering, but we also all have to be able to maintain our businesses and help our patients because we are essential. So what does this next normal look like? Because we know we're never going back to where we were. So we can't say it's a new normal. It's the next normal. And we have to keep expecting something next and something's going to change because once this thing happened, everything changed and everything continues to change and is day by day. We're getting new mandates, new laws, new rules every single day. But you know, it's always the darkest before the dawn. And there is some light at the end of this tunnel. So look at gas prices have been down 30% across the country. Video game sales have been up 65%. Now, I am not a video game fan. My kids don't play them. They never have. But I found out that these kids, this is their way to be social and that they're talking to each other through these gaming devices. And so they're becoming social in a different realm, if you will. McDonald's, they're down 14.5%. So we do have some good news here, right? Puzzles, jigsaw puzzles are up 370%. Starbucks down 60 to 70%. This is a new normal. Beer sales, alcohol sales up 42%. Exercise equipment up 200%. People are getting it. They got to stay healthy. They got to stay healthy to keep that immune good and just to keep their bodies healthy. That's always been our message. Now, this isn't so healthy, but frozen cookie dough is up 454%. I guess they're having that little bit of a sugar fix. Hand sanitizer, 470%. Frozen pizza, 92%. I really think we need to increase the cooking classes online so people are cooking more. The biggest change, the biggest percentage of change has been in freezers, up 500%. because people are buying meat and food and things like that and putting them in their freezer that they never did before. So this really is the next normal. And we know that in chiropractic, what we do is essential. And it does reduce the burden of the hospitals when they're dealing with these infectious people, because people are coming up to us for everything else, for pain, for functional medicine, for whatever their other needs are. But we need to know, when is it going to improve? We know it's going to eventually, but it will be this next normal. And so you're a caregiver. I want to make sure that you all are taking care of yourselves, because right now we're really fighting and struggling with all these PPPs and EIDL loans and just trying to make everything work. So I want to make sure you're doing self-care for yourself, because we need to be here for the long run. Because the longest relationship you will ever have is not going to be with your business. It's going to be with yourself. So whatever happens through this, I want you to know that you will still be there and you will still be able to continue on, because no one can take that education away and nobody can take away that ability that you have in your hands, because the future is now run by the experiences that we have, not the things that we have, but the experiences that we have. And that's really what we want to provide with our patients. So when you're looking at marketing, when you're looking at connecting with your patients, it's all about that experience, and that interpersonal connection is more than ever. So if you're looking at trying to connect with your patients and keep them engaged, I want you to be 100% transparent. I want you to be human. I want you to let them know that you're struggling too. I want you to check in with your patients. Hey, how are you doing? For no other reason, just checking on them. How can I help you? Be real. Make 5 to 10 random patient calls a day just to check on them, because you know what? That goes such a long way, and they're going to appreciate that so much, as opposed to sending them a newsletter or some kind of promotion. You want to be that real person, because that's what we're lacking right now. You want them to just like you as a person, because people with resources tend to distribute their opportunities to people they know, like, and trust, right? So people are going to come to you and ask for your assistance because they have a relationship with you. Be that person that they're going to have a relationship with. And everybody's staying home. So be relevant. Talk about what's going on currently, because that's what's top of mind, right? So the marketing plan that you made 8 months ago or even 3 months ago won't work now. It's defunct. This is the next normal. So what you need to do is look at what's going on in the last 8 weeks, like what I told you with those statistics. If I would have told you 3 months from now, Starbucks would be down 70% and buying freezers were up 500%, you would told me I was insane. So be relevant to what's going on right now. Have empathy. Why should they buy for you? Why should they come in and see you? How are you keeping them safe? Put signs on the door. We're mandated by our health department. We have a sign on the door that everybody has to wear masks. Everybody has to wash their hands. If they're coming early or late to their appointments, they have to call. So we have social distancing. There's all of these rules, and make sure you're keeping up with whatever they are in your state, because every state's a little bit different. They also want to know, how will you financially support them? So maybe you give them some kind of bonus in their care. Maybe you offer them something a little extra. We all need to get paid. We all need to keep our doors open, but giving them a little bit of reassurance. When you come in, we're going to do this. So have empathy for them and in their situation. So if you can be supportive, compassionate, and informative, and very, very helpful, that's where you're going to get ahead, rather than looking at what you were doing before. So I want you to stay healthy and helpful and calm. That's going to be your best way to get through this, because really, this is an epic change in our world. And what does our future look like? When you look at epic, you're going to envision the next normal, because it's not going back to where it was, but you're going to have an opportunity to create something new. Because we know when there's a challenge, there's also opportunity, and find out what it is. I've been doing a ton of telehealth and functional medicine and weight loss, and we're doing it virtual. And then the patients have been great with that. We've been doing COVID antibody testing as well. So think of what the next normal is, right? And the P for epic is pandemic. Every challenge creates this opportunity. And think of what your opportunities are rather than looking at what the downside is. I want you to come up with some new innovation, support people at home with that telehealth and functional medicine. If you don't know how to do it, reach out. There's tons and tons of resources out there that are helping docs do this, and I'm happy to help as well. Be creative, offer some new services, and connect in more personal ways. We've created a little private Facebook group just for my patients, and I go on there every day. I post them immune boosting tips. I've been recording different health webinars. We did one this morning on Alzheimer's and dementia and memory and concussions. So give as much information and health information, and be as helpful as you can for your patients, because that's going to create that connection even though you're not in person. So I would like to thank you, ChiroSecure, for supporting all of us all the time. And you are really wonderful. So be sure to tune in next time. It will be 2 weeks from now for another Empowering Women show. And I'll be seeing you soon. Bye-bye.
Join us each week as we bring you the best in business growth, practice management, social media marketing, networking, leadership, and lots more. If it's about women in practice and business, you'll hear it here. We hope you enjoyed this week's Facebook Live event. Please like us on Facebook, comment, and share. We look forward to seeing all of you next week for another episode of Empowering Women in Chiropractic. Now, go ahead and hit the share button and tell your friends and colleagues about the show. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. This has been a ChiroSecure production.